Hi guys, it's reaction time. We've got Cemetery Skyline and In Darkness. A subscriber asked for this, Metal Maniac 68. It's interesting with this band, Cemetery Skyline. So they're all the members in this band, I believe, are from extreme metal bands, but this is not an extreme metal project as far as I can tell. So you got members from Dark Tranquillity, Amorphis, amongst others. Michael Stanay, I think that's how you pronounce his name, on the vocals. Marcus Van Haller on guitars. Santera Kallio on keys. Victor Brandt on the bass. And Vesa Ranta on the drums. So yeah, I think it's interesting when you know, people branch out of their normal comfort zone. It sometimes can bring some great music. So without further ado, this is Cemetery Skyline. This is In Darkness. Here we go.
Yeah, we have reached the end, 'cause nothing lasts forever in our own minds. We knew it could not happen, and silence so resigned. The end owes no forgiveness to the night. I don't want this to be something I cannot control. The dark in our minds seem to take on a life of its own. With every day in an absence of light and time. I don't want this to be our lives. In darkness and out of control. What could eventually be so far from what we are, where nothing seems to matter in the end. Lost without an insight, or trying to escape. Never will our mindset let us out. I don't want this to be something I cannot control. The dark in our minds seem to take on a life of its own. With every day in an absence of light and time. I don't want this to be our life.
Oh man, full of atmosphere. Almost like got a gothic horror sort of vibe, or gothic vibe for me. Definitely atmosphere. This is all about atmosphere. You know, the way them synths are just all over this music, just creating that fullness and atmosphere to the whole song. Brilliant production, I've got to say. Just crystal clear. It's such a huge production and doesn't suffer from, you know, the over loud wars what sometimes goes on with production. It just sounds perfect. The guitars cut through really nicely. Drums, it sounds massive, they really do. But loving those little synth elements as well, and that production, making the most of that as well. They're really cutting through nicely, like their little tinkery piano type bits, and then the synth work itself as it sort of runs through that chorus. Very nice. The guy's vocals, I mean, I haven't heard, I think this singer Michael Stanner is from Dark Tranquillity, so I haven't heard Dark Tranquillity. And before there's any people out there that say, you know, you've got to listen to this, you've got to listen to this, I'm not, you know, if it's an extreme metal band, that's just not what I'm into. I mean, look at my stuff behind me. Bit of Maiden. A lot of AOR and melodic rock, but you know, I do like a bit of thrash now and again. But when it comes to extreme, that's just not me. But it's lovely to hear. You know, I don't know what this guy's voice is like. Normally, I'll take it. It's like guttural type vocals. I don't know. I don't know anything about extreme metal much, but he's got a really cool tone. Do you know what I mean? Sticking in that lower range, a great singer that, you know, is different also than what I normally would listen to. Something, you know, he sounds a little bit like, you know, singers like the Takeda singer that's singing that lower range, but it's just a nice, lovely tone. You know what I mean? That you could listen to all day. That sort of almost a warmth to his vocal. He's got a great vocal. It's not all about singing high and screaming. And, you know, the guitar work is great. It's really crunchy. Like I said, the production, really making the most of that. Sort of that really sort of stuttering, sort of ding, 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 and that. And the lovely synth work going over the top of it. It creates a brilliant sound, I've got to say. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's catchy. It's heavy still. It's pretty soothing as well. It's just the overall feel of the song. Very atmospheric. Love it. Here we go for the rest, guys.
Darkness and out of control. Darkness and out of control.
Wow, what a solo as well. What a solo, man. I love the way just every little bit of that had feel behind it. Really well written solo, like the gapping behind it. I love the way he's like churned something out, then left a little gap, and then came back with something else. One of the best written solos I've heard for a while. That was absolutely outstanding. Love the song, man. A great band, and one that probably would have passed me by if it weren't for Metal Maniac 68 sort of pointing that out to me. Sometimes it's hard to sift through what you want to, you know, what you like and what you want to get to hear. There's so much music, as you know, so many different genres. Sometimes things, especially like, you know, this band are with Century Media, and a lot of the Century Media stuff gets sent to me, but I haven't really got time to sift through, because there's a lot of extreme stuff on there, and I'm thinking, you know, this is the sort of band that might pass me by. But lucky enough, I've got some great subscribers that, you know, tell me what to listen to and what I might like. And man, this is a great band. I mean, they've got that sort of, I'm not saying the same sort of band because they're more proggy, I suppose, Evergrey. They've sort of got that Evergrey fullness and sort of atmosphere about them, if you know what I mean. That's only my opinion, someone who knows nothing probably about this sort of music, but man, that was great. That was excellent. I love that. I will definitely dig in if there's an album which hasn't been announced by the looks of it yet, not under the video anyway. I'll definitely be digging into that throughout this year. So that was Cemetery Skyline. That was In Darkness. Amazing song. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below though, guys, and I'll see you soon.